When it comes to the search for effective fall bass fishing, a lot of anglers tend to head to the extreme. Those bass have gotten cold, they've gotten lethargic, which means they've gotten finicky. But it's not nearly as complicated as we make it out to be. As a matter of fact, the pros have known for years that if you can add 1 and 1, the result will always be a successful day on the water. We're going to talk about what that is, so stick around. Welcome back to Lowbrow Fishing, and just like the previous video, the bulk of this video will also be out on the water. That's because I want to show you the very simple concepts for effective and successful fall bass fishing. It's something that the pros have known about for years, but they do not talk about. So I want to go out on the water and show you firsthand what it is and how you can easily take advantage of it. But before we get started, if you like what I'm doing here, then click that subscribe button down below. And while you're down there, give this video a like. It shows me that you like the new format where I'm spending much more time out on the water. And if you have a minute, head on over to patreon.com and check out my members page. It's where I post videos that I don't post here, and they're more of a personal nature. I think you're going to like it. The link is in the description down below. So what are we looking for? Well, it boils down to 2 things: current and water temperature. Those are the most important things during fall bass fishing. The bass have gotten cold, that strike zone that they're willing to go after our lures has really shrunk down, so we want to maximize that. And the bass obviously want to maximize what stores of energy they have, and we put those things together. We find warmer water that has the nutrients just flowing by them, where the lazy bass can be lazy and effectively get their food, but at the same time, they don't have to move around much. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Now, the video that I recorded is kind of funny because a lot of the times when I was trying to do these videos, my wife was interrupting me because she was catching fish. And I wanted to show you a couple examples of that in this video. So let's head out on the water. Let's look at a few things at a few places and why I am choosing these spots and what can be some effective presentations that you can use to maximize your time out in the water. This is what we're doing. Already had some nice fish in the boat. I'm working this old Yamamoto Yamatanuki black blue flake, and I'm going right up on the edge of that flooded brush right there. Right up on the edge of it. I'm letting it sink for a few seconds, and I'm just kind of doing that all the way down this bank. We've got a good bit of wind. Yet again, that's drifting us down, so I can stay off of that trolling motor, which is what I would really prefer to do. I'm just looking at targets going down this bank, getting it right up against that flooded brush, and just kind of working it through there. You've got all these targets, these open pockets here, and I'm just dragging that bait out of there real slowly. We've got some fallen trees down here, and we've got the sun coming down this way. So we kind of want to be working on the sun side because that's where the warmer water is going to be. And again, because of we got some stain in this water, and we're only in about 3.5 feet of water right here, that means it's going to heat up a lot more quickly. We're about 66 degrees. Which for this lake is actually fairly chilly. But that's all we're doing. Been able to put a couple of nice fish in the boat already, and that's one of the big main emphasis that we're going to be doing all day. We'll just be working places like this through here. Places where those bass are going to be looking for some warmth, but they're also going to have prey species that they can feed on, because those prey species will also be looking for some warmth. ever since we left that hydrilla flat, we decided we're going to let the current push us around, and this is where it's taking. That's a good fish. Holy cow, that's a good fish. Come on, mama. Oh no, that's a good fish. Look at the beautiful color on that guy. Here I am trying to make a video, and you got him good. You got him real good. Look at how he got that front hook. Yep. What did I just say? I just said you were going to catch another nice one. Did I not? And look at what you did. Looks like it's Mama's day today. I'm sure that hurts your feelings.
He hit it on the pause. I paused it longer.
Hit it on the pause. Come on. There we go. Oops, well he's bleeding, so we're going to go ahead and let him go back in the water. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Just drop it.
It's about 1.25 pounds. Oh, he'll be all right. There he goes. Now, we recently left that hydrilla flat, and we've been letting the wind blow us along. We've been following the current. The wind has been really, really strong today, about 15-20 miles an hour on average. And it's been carrying us along. Haven't really had to be on the trolling motor much today. But those bass are also following the current. So the two things that we're following, number one is current, and number two is water temperature. So we're trying to stay in the warmest water we can possibly find, but also let the current blow us along. And that's where we're having the most success. That's kind of what I'm talking about. You've got the current blowing toward this bank, going that way. And this is kind of where we're going to work. And we've already had success in this water. We've been fishing jerk baits. I've got the old KVD 200 right here. This is what we've been using, and this is what we've been having success with, and this is what we're going to continue to do. As long as we've got some sun, and we've got some stained water, and we've got the wind blowing us along, that's going to be a recipe for success that we are going to keep doing over and over again. And that's what they call a pattern, which is what we are looking for. We're not looking for spots, we're looking for patterns, things that are repeatable out on the water. And just because it's not summer doesn't mean you can't find really successful patterns in the fall. Alright, now toward the end of the day, we've got the sun at our back. It's getting late in the afternoon. Won't be long before the sun goes down. But this is the type of bank that I'm looking towards. We've got the flooded brush, like we normally do. We've got good water temperature, which is what I'm looking for. This is a warmer area, and having the sun behind us does not hurt. But this bank drops off pretty quickly. It's really shallow right along that flooded brush, only a foot, sometimes even less. But out here toward the boat, and we're maybe 35-40 feet off of that brush pile, all those bushes right there, and it'll get down to about 15-16 feet through this stretch right here, so it gets down pretty quickly, pretty deeply. Now, those bass like to get down in that deeper water whenever there's a cold front that came through, whenever there's something that disrupts that came through. So it's a good place to work. You can work it from the bank, dragging a worm uphill, dragging a jig or something like that. You can even use a square bill or a spinner bait. I like to go after it with something like this that I can hold in place. This is that Storm Thunderstick. This is actually just a walleye trolling bait that I use as a deep water jerk bait. It works great. You can see that I've got that split shot on there, which turns it into a slow sinker. So it keeps it down where I want it. We've got the wind, we've got the current pushing us through here, so I can cover this entire tract, and I can do it without using my trolling motor, which is key for me. I'm trying to stay stealthy because those bass, they're not wanting to play right now. So any advantage we can give ourselves is something that we need to try to do. So if you see a bank like this where it drops off pretty quickly, it comes down at a pretty good 45, and those bass can hang down at the edge of that. Remember, like we said, bass don't want to leave the area. If they can stay in an area, then they will. And this is going to give them that sort of deeper water access that they want, and it allows them to stay in the area so they don't have to go searching for some other place to feel comfortable. You can literally skip anything. It's not that hard. Skipping a swim bait is not hard. Especially even when you grab the butt of your, even when your butt of your rod grabs your shirt. I mean, I can skip a spinner bait, I can skip a buzz bait, not hard. Right along those dock pilings. And then swim it in. Skip the old swim bait right in there like that. Make sure I got my stupid hands out of the way. Trying to show how to skip a swim bait. Ringing the old dinner bell. You can literally skip any type of bait. Pretty much. I mean, the only type of bait that I really don't skip is a weighted Texas rig, because that bullet weight just pulls that bait right down. I can skip this dude all through here. Work it in there pretty thoroughly. Just like skipping anything else. Once you figure out how to skip a bait, get it all up in there. So that's how our day went. We had a lot of success in the areas that we knew to target, and knowing to look for current and water temperature, especially warmer water, shallow stained water, or any type of concrete or dark wood or something that's going to radiate that warmth out into the water. Like we've talked about before, the fish are going to congregate there. So if you have current and you've got warmer water, especially on a sunny day like this, that's where you're going to find dozens of bass piled up. And that's why there's a lot of dead water. Why I hear a lot of times people tell me, lowbrow, I can't find anything. There's not anything out there. Well, that's part of the reason why. It's because those bass are going to be grouped up in those tight areas. And once you find those areas, that's when you're going to catch fish after fish. And you can have some really good days doing that. So there you have it. Two of the most important concepts when it comes to successful fall bass fishing. A lot of times we don't think about them together, but when we combine the two, not only are we finding bass faster, but it greatly increases the types of presentations we can use to go after those bass. Thanks for watching Lowbrow Fishing. We'll catch you in the next one.